Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going to be looking at Minecraft's 1.21 armor trims, all 18 which includes the two new armor trims, but this is all going to be on Enchanted Netherite armor, which is the most common used for armor trim. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. If you are at all new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really does help a lot, but let's jump right into the video. Before we jump into looking at the armor trims, let's look at how we duplicate them. So obviously you find them in their respective fortress or dungeon chest in any way. But what you'll do is each one has their own block, as you can see in that chest, which I'll open again. But then you need 7 diamonds to kind of surround it like that, like reverse leggings. And you're given 2 of those armor trims. These are all the blocks, with netherite being the rib armor trim, as you saw in that example. And to go ahead and add that to your armor trim, you take this and any of these 10 respective materials. So I'm going to use like quartz for this. Grab that one you duplicated, throw it in here in the armor smith, and then there you go. You have your armor trim that's looking very, very nice. Let's jump into looking at all of them. So moving into our armor trim, I'm going to go through each individual armor trim. So we have, starting off with our sentry, like that in the front, that in the back. I'll show you the front again. Then we have our Vex, which looks like a suit and tie almost. Then we have our Wild, our Coast, our Dune, Wayfinder, the Razor, Shaper, Host, the Ward, the Silence, my personal favorite, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Spire. And then these are our 2 new ones, our Bolt and then our Flow. Alrighty. Jumping into our Amethyst, we have the Sentry, we have the Vex, we have the Wild, we have the Coast, we have the Dune, we have the Wayfinder, we have the Razor, Shaper, Host, Ward, Silence, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Spire, then Bolt, and Flow. Jumping into our Copper, starting off with our Sentry, as always. Vex, Wild, Host, Dune, Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, Host, Ward, Silence, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Fire, Bolt, Flow. And that concludes our copper. Jumping into our iron, which looks a lot like quartz, we have Sentry, Vex, Wild, Host, Dune, Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, Host, Ward, Silence, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Fire, Bolt, and Flow. Jumping into our Lapis, we have the Sentry, we have the Vex. This actually looks like a tie. The Wild, the Coast, Dune, Wayfinder, the Razor, the Shaper, the Host, the Ward, the Silence, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Fire, Bolt, and the Flow. Jumping into our Redstone, we have our Sentry, Vex, Wild, Host, Dune, Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, Host, Ward, Silence, Tide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Fire, then Bolt, and Flow. Jumping into our gold, we have our Sentry, Vex, Wild, Host, Dune, Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, Host, Ward, Silence, Hide. Snout. Rib. Eye. Fire. Bolt. And flow. Jumping into our diamond, we have our sentry. Diamond is my personal favorite on this armor trim, Vex. It just looks good with the enchanted. Wild. Coast. Dune. Wayfinder. Razor. Shaper. Post. Ward. Silence. Which looks really good on this armor trim. Tide. I like the leggings on Tide. Snout. Rib. Eye. Fire. Bolt. Bolt looks really good with that like teal bluish flow. Yeah. Jumping into our emerald, we have our sentry, our Vex, our wild, Coast, Dune, Wayfinder, Razor, Shaper, Post, Ward, Silence, Hide, Snout, Rib, Eye, Fire, Bolt, and Flow. Moving into our last armor trims, we have the Netherite, which is the Sentry, the Vex, the Wild, the Coast, the Dune, the Wayfinder, Razor, the Shaper, Post, Ward, Silence, Hide, Snout, the Rib, the Eye, the Spire, Bolt, and the Flow. I think this is the biggest flex of them all because they take 8 netherite ingots to actually create a set of these. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and comment down below what your favorite armor trim is, and if you have any suggestions for any more video ideas. Thank you.